It's not easy to determine the fair market value of a home in a particular point in time. Dozens of factors influence how much an average buyer might be willing to pay for a specific property, including the overall housing market and economy, interest rates, the condition of the home, its precise location, the gross living area or square footage of the home, whether it's been updated since the last sale, how many homes have sold recently and nearby, and what was their sales price, school districts, crime ratings. So the million-dollar question is, how do you know if the price you're setting as a seller is competitive? And as a buyer, how can you be sure that you're paying a fair price for the home, especially if it's one you really want? You'll need to take a few different things into consideration before you can make that call for certain, and the only way to know for sure is to talk to a professional about it. Either an appraiser, which is going to cost you money, or a real estate agent you can trust. But if you'd like to do some research on your own, here are a few places you can start. If you've been thinking about buying or selling a home at all, then you're probably familiar with Zillow's Zestimate tool. It's the real estate portal's estimated home value based on data and proprietary algorithms, and as Zillow points out, it's a starting point for determining a home's value, but you definitely shouldn't consider it gospel. If the home's information hasn't been updated in a long time and the data is incorrect, or if the condition of the house is well above average or well below average, or the house is in an anomaly of some sort within the neighborhood, then the estimate is likely to be off by at least a little bit. But please remember, a lot of these calculators don't know about the home you're searching, so consider these numbers more of a jumping off point rather than your final answer. Another thing to consider is how's the market. Sometimes it takes local home price estimates a few weeks or even a couple months to catch up to the reality of the market. The best way to get a sense of your local market is to talk to a local expert, which usually means a realtor. However, if you're not quite ready to involve someone else in your home search, there are some other ways you can try to determine which way the market is heading on your own. The best way to keep track of what the market is doing is to keep tabs on homes that are listed for sale in your area. You can sign up for listing alerts, or get access to a portal through MLS from a realtor. And you're going to want to pay attention to what the homes are doing. Are they going under contract after a couple of days on the market? Are they selling for over list price? That's a good indication that you're in a seller's market. Now, are they lingering on the market for maybe a week or two and then selling just about exactly where the asking price is? That's what we call a balanced market between the sellers and the buyers. Now, on the other hand, are the homes sitting longer for a few weeks and are they selling for under asking price? That looks more like a buyer's market. Another way to determine value is by local recent comparable sales. When an appraiser determines home value, one important tool that helps the appraiser assess the property's current market value is comparable sales, also known as comps. The appraiser will choose several nearby recently sold homes that are similar to the subject property in terms of bedrooms, square footage, lot size, other factors, for example, if it has a pool, doesn't have a pool, garage size, things like that. This can be hard for sellers to do, so that's why we always recommend you consult with a real estate professional to help assist you with this. It's something that we do for free and we're happy to do it. Condition matters. One neighborhood and even one block can contain a wide range of homes, both in terms of size, bedroom, bathroom count, as well as in terms of condition of the home. A new construction home with all the latest upgrades and features will be in much better condition than a teardown project that was built decades ago. And although that seems objectively obvious, it's tough to swallow if your home is that teardown or if your home is simply not as updated as the one that's across the street. This is one reason why online home value calculators aren't always accurate. They haven't walked through your home and determined how it measures up to other homes nearby. A home that's been a rental for the past decade is probably going to be in different shape than a home that's been lovingly lived in and taken care of by the owner, who has vested interest in making sure that repairs are made quickly and the home is kept updated. You also want a neighborhood watch. Even if the housing market is trending downward overall, there are sometimes neighborhoods or blocks within neighborhoods where home prices is steady or even rising. This could be due to the area's proximity to public transportation or major attractions, natural scenery, or it could be a gentrification factor. Sometimes it's hard to tell from the outside why a specific segment of a market is doing well while the surrounding market is struggling. Likewise, there may be areas that aren't growing at all quite as quickly or robustly as a surrounding neighborhood or market. Maybe there's a power plant or another major facility nearby that's driving down home sales. Assessments and taxes. Homeowners have to pay property taxes, which is based on the value of their home as assessed by the city or the county where they live. These assessments are usually not as up to date as a comp analysis. For example, cities and counties don't assess home value for taxes every year. It's more likely to happen every 3 to 5 years. But that span of time really varies depending on the area. However, if the home has been assessed relatively recently, then looking at the taxable value and assessment can help you determine whether the sales price is on point or way off base. Now, I will say a tax assessor doesn't use all the same processes and procedures to determine home value that an appraiser would. So it's kind of very unlikely that an assessor is going to hit the nail on the head on the value, but still worth checking out. At the end of the day, it's all about the buyers. A home is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. And some buyers might be more motivated to buy certain properties over others. If a home reminds a buyer of his or her childhood home, the buyer might be willing to pay over asking price for it in order to raise kids in an environment that feels similar to the one where they grew up. Or if there's a certain feature or amenity in the home that's rare in that neighborhood and very important to one specific buyer, that buyer might be ready to spend more on that. Pinpointing buyer motivation can be difficult for both buyers and sellers, and the best way to do it is by consulting a real estate professional who works with buyers every day, like me, and knows what's hot and what's not. I hope that's helped you guys a little bit and helped you kind of understand what it goes into with pricing a home. When you are ready to list your home, it's very important to consult with a real estate professional because we're in the market every single day. We're working with buyers. We see what motivates different buyers, how their mind works when it comes to negotiation, what they want to see in homes. You know, you may have an idea of what you want to put your home for sale at, and it could be way below what the market would have it sell, or you could be way overpriced, and that can waste valuable time on the market. So if you guys have any questions about selling or buying a home this year, I am more than happy to answer any questions you have.